Hey everyone, Dr. Mike here. We're bombarded daily with so-called health hacks, and it can be tough to separate fact from fiction. Today we're tackling a popular duo: apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Do they live up to the hype? We're diving into the science to give you the real deal. What if I told you that 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar could reshape your gut health, or secretly harm your enamel? And what about that teaspoon of baking soda? Partner in crime or recipe for indigestion? Today we're uncovering the truth behind this viral health duo. We'll separate the myths from the actual benefits backed by scientific evidence. Remember, I'm all about using food as medicine, but we have to be smart about it. Stick around for the full breakdown because your health is worth more than a quick fix. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk detox. You've heard it. Apple cider vinegar flushes toxins. Sounds impressive, right? But here's the reality. Your body already comes equipped with its own powerful detox system, your liver and kidneys. These organs work tirelessly to filter and remove waste products, no vinegar required. Now I know some people swear they feel different after an ACV shot, and hey, maybe they do, but often those positive feelings are linked to lifestyle changes that often accompany these detoxes, like drinking more water or cutting back on processed foods. A 2019 review published in the Journal of Functional Foods found no evidence that vinegar itself speeds up metabolic detox pathways. So, while incorporating ACV into your diet isn't harmful, let's not give it credit where credit isn't due. Your liver and kidneys are the real detox heroes. Let's be real, who wouldn't love a magic fat-burning elixir? And apple cider vinegar has been touted as just that. But before you stock up on gallons of the stuff, let's take a closer look at the science. There have been some studies, primarily in rats, that show modest fat loss with vinegar consumption. However, there's a catch. These studies often use high doses of vinegar extract, not the kind you'd typically sprinkle on your salad. We're talking about concentrated vinegar pills, and even then, the results are far from dramatic. Now, I'm all for incorporating natural remedies into a healthy lifestyle, but let's be realistic. A tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in your water isn't going to magically melt away belly fat. Alright, let's tackle another big one. The idea that apple cider vinegar is like this magic potion that wipes out all the bad bacteria. Now, there is some truth to the idea that ACV has antimicrobial properties. We've seen it in studies, especially in controlled environments like Petri dishes. You put some vinegar on certain bacteria, and boom, they can't survive. But here's the catch. Your gut is not a Petri dish. It's way more complex and nuanced than that. Think of your gut like a rainforest, a thriving ecosystem with tons of different species, both good and bad bacteria. This balance is crucial for your digestion, your immune system, even your mental health. And when you start throwing in something like apple cider vinegar in large amounts, hoping to only target the bad guys, you risk disrupting that entire delicate balance. It's like using a weed whacker when you need a pair of tweezers. Alright, let's dive into another common myth. The idea that apple cider vinegar raises your body's pH, making you more alkaline. Now, we hear a lot about the importance of an alkaline diet, and it's true that our bodies strive for a balanced pH level. But here's the catch. While apple cider vinegar is acidic on its own, once it's metabolized by our bodies, it actually leaves behind an alkaline residue. So does that mean chugging ACV will send your pH levels through the roof? Not so fast. Our bodies are incredibly smart and have complex systems in place to regulate pH. Your blood pH in particular needs to stay within a very narrow range for your cells to function properly. Even if you go overboard on the most alkaline foods or drinks, your body will work hard to keep things in check. Section 2. The glycemic index connection. Now let's shift gears to the other half of this dynamic duo: baking soda. We've all seen it work its magic in the kitchen, making cakes rise and cookies fluffy. But what about its purported health benefits? Well, baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, is naturally alkaline. When it mixes with an acid like, say, the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, it neutralizes the acid. This chemical reaction is what causes that classic fizzing action. In small doses, this can be helpful for occasional heartburn relief. So is the combination of apple cider vinegar and baking soda the miracle health elixir some claim it to be? Well, not quite. But that doesn't mean these pantry staples don't have a place in a healthy lifestyle. ACV, used in moderation, might help regulate those post-meal blood sugar spikes. And baking soda? It can be a handy tool for occasional heartburn relief. But remember, the real magic comes from understanding the science, listening to your body, and making informed choices. If you found this myth-busting journey helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for weekly evidence-based health hacks, and drop a comment. Will you keep sipping, or ditch the tonic for green tea and a post-meal stroll? Thanks for watching. See you next time.